I gotta say, I love the Cars 2 representation this year, especially compared to last year when we only got 3 diecasts in that movie: Grim, Otis, and Acer. Not even a World Grand Prix McQueen. But this year we have some returning World Grand Prix racers like McQueen, Francesco, Carla, Nigel, Raul. We have some of the super chasers coming back like Flash and Membo. We also have random oddball choices like Race Team Filmer with Headset, Mel Dorado, and Mater with Balloon. Like, out of all the Cars 2 diecasts he could have re-released, Mater with Balloon is the one that he chose. Which is not surprising because his last release was in 2022, so it's within the past 5 years. Now, granted, this is a new made in China variant, and what separates this one from the Taiwan aside from the country's manufacturer is that he's in the fully red blister now, whereas his 2022 version it was in the white blister. So I guess that's cool, but yeah, this guy's got a lot of releases over the years. Now, I never had this guy, and I've always loved getting new Meta variants, so I had to pick this one up. So, let's see if he's actually good as he is. Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Meta with Balloon. So, let's go over the packaging. So we can see his nice card art there. He does feature the little balloon, which is actually quite nice. We can see Meta's a little sad, which it didn't translate as well on the diecast as I would have liked, but still good. We have warning because of the balloon. As seen in Cars 2, good job Mattel. We have Will Glamp and McQueen, Francesco, Mel Dorado, Nigel, Carla, Holly, and Holly Sheffield. Oh yeah, Finn and Holly are back for this year, which is awesome. Man, this is just 2011 lineup in 2026, but I mean, we haven't seen some of these guys in so long. I understand why people are excited for these guys. But yeah, that does it for the packaging, and I'll be right back with Made with Balloon all opened up. Alright, so here's Made with Balloon out of the package, and I gotta say, he actually looks pretty good coming from New China. But before we review him, we gotta put on this little Sploosh mountain balloon. If the camera can focus, thank you very much. Don't wanna focus. There we go. We gotta put on this Sploosh mountain balloon, which should be on this toe. So let's see if we can put this on for recording. So on for this. Oh, so it wants to fly off. Okay. There we go. And yeah, the thing's not coming out. So yeah, there you have it. The full Made-to-It balloon. Let's move the camera up so you can actually see it. And so we'll show off his appearance in Cars 2. Of course, it's just after McQueen comes back from his race, and he basically spends the entire day with him, doing various peculiar things, such as going on the railroads without the tires, tipping over Colossus, the Banshee, Colossus Double XX, not the Screaming Banshee. That's a completely different entity. But after a while, he finally gets this balloon from Spruce Mountain. And McQueen, after a while, ooh, stop roll back, Mato. Oh, stay. Anyways, so after that, McQueen was like, "Hey, Mato, I kind of want to go on a date with Sally." Mato, thinking that they're all going on a date with Sally, which is not true, and McQueen tells him like, "Hey, we'll do something later, man. I just kind of want this to be a private thing between me and my girl." So it's a pretty funny scene, but I think kind of emphasize for Mato on that one. Now, as for his releases, he was first released in 2016 in the, I think it was 95 Return series. Of course, that variant was made in China, and then it came back in 2022 as a main Thailand variant, and now he's back again as a new Thailand variant. So, very interesting to see. He was in singles case D, I believe, for this year, but that case never hit America. And the half case did, but I think it was missing him. It only included JJ McPillow. Fortunately, he was re-included in case E, and he was in the half case of that, and that's how I found mine. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now taking a look at the diecast itself, we can see that he does have a very, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like saddish expression. It's not even sad, because if you compare it to regular Mater, this is the Tyler one, yeah, this Mater looks a lot more happy. This just looks a little like, okay, yeah, I understand. Which I guess they were trying to convey that scene in this diecast, but I don't know. I think if they included something like Airport Mater, like El Pomelo, I think has one of the best expressions on a Mato. Like I think this would probably be more appropriate for Mato and Balloon. So I don't know. It's okay. I'm not a fan of this expression, but like I've seen worse. I've definitely seen worse. You can see his buck teeth here with the headlights. The other one was popped out. You can see his hood detailing, which is very nicely detailed. Comparing it to the Thailand one, yeah, it's a little bit more grainy and almost suit, at least compared to the Thailand one, which is interesting. Interesting to note. Yeah, he does have a couple blemishes like up there. I think it's supposed to be, yeah, that's a big chip. Wait, quality control, China. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but it's whatever. Of course, on the sides here, we have tomato, towing salvage, ready to springs, and my god, I cannot read that. Goodness gracious, compared to the Thailand one. Yeah, you can read it here. I mean, barely, but you can at least make out tomato. Here it's like, you can't even like, well, you can see, you can tell what it says, but it's so like faded. Like, those, you can't even read those. Like, my god, if I didn't know if I didn't know what that said, what it meant, I wouldn't have been able to read it. So, yikes for that. But I mean, tomato is rusty, so I guess it makes a little more sense. His details are a little more blurry. So, okay, for him, I'll give him a pass because he's meant to not be in pristine condition. So, but just, yeah, I've never seen that before. He does have his miscolored wheels, so brown on the front, yellow on the back, and white. I think we have white on the sides, white on this other wheel. My bad. Of course, fortunately, since Thailand took over in 2018, Matos from 2018 onwards have been fully diecast metal, which is great because the ones from I think 2007 all the way up to 2017, he had a front metal cap and a back plastic cap. So not great, but you know, I'm so glad Thailand and you try to fix that issue with him. Made him a little bit more heavy. Because he does have his plastic side view mirrors, the little tow cable, his siren, and the famous Sploosh Mountain balloon, which I believe is a reference to Splash Mountain in Disney. Wait, is it Disneyland or Disney World? I think it's Disneyland. I'll put a little blurb under there if I'm wrong, if it's Disney World. But yeah, one of the two Disney parks, and it's pretty cool that they actually got like kind of a relocation in the Cars universe with this balloon. We have his toe hook. He does not have the updated toe hook like this Mato does, and like some Matos have been doing. Like I think Easter Mato got it. The President Mato from 2025 actually got the toe hook, so I don't know why this one doesn't have it. I think it would have been nice if they updated it, but whatever. We have his tail lights, which are nicely colored in red, very similar to the Thailand version. I think they look a little better because it's a little bit more faded out. But here they are still a little bit of a bright red. Here have his cables. And his classic A113 license plate, which, yeah, this one you cannot even read. Like, my god. But yeah. Oh, interesting to know that the lights on this Thailand one are actually red, but on the new China one they're white. Pretty interesting. Also, the siren looks way better. I will say that siren looks really good. This looks like grainy, like all like yellowish. This looks a little bit more like a pure orange. So good job, New China. You actually did something right. And the top here. Yeah, I will say the Thailand one's lights up top look a little better. These just look a little too grayish. I like fat for some reason. These look a little bit more nicer. So yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons of China coming back. You know, you might get like terrible quality control on like some sides here, whereas you really didn't on the Thailand version. I think they were a little bit more consistent with the quality, but again, you have stuff like this that's better on New China. So I just wish we had like the best of each country. I think that'd be really cool. And I will say though, China is actually doing a little bit better with the inkjet printing than I think Thailand did, because whenever I get a call from New China, I see the Thailand versions like in like photos. The New China one always looks better because they're less grainy, and I feel like the colors look a little bit more vibrant. They don't look as washed out. But again, the decals sometimes look worse in Thailand. So yeah, it's really a gamble with these diecasts nowadays. But anyways, as he picks up made in China, 3395 EAA, so the 389th day of 2025 at the EAA factory. And yeah, that about does it for Mated with Balloon. He's a pretty good release. Again, It would have been better if he wasn't released in 2022. I think it would have made it be a little bit more monumental. But yeah, it's a very odd Mato to bring back, but a nice one, but kind of odd. I just wanted to quickly compare him with normal Mato. This is the oh yeah, that blue accent. I did not even notice. It looks way different. This looks a little bit more like more oceany. This looks a little bit more washed out. Which, okay, honestly, I do prefer this. I just think this one looks a little too bright. This one looks a little better. But again, the side decals are just horrendous. Like, again, it's Mayday is not supposed to be in pristine condition, but still, I think the decals should be a little better. They should be readable at least. I mean, I know I said like this looks. I'm gonna give this a pass, but honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. Again, it would have been nice if he had the updated toe hook. I think that's would have really sold this release, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Pretty cool. Here's Airport Mato. This is an example of the old China Matos from back in the day. It looks like mine's engine's even moving. This guy keeps running the wall up. I don't know why. Stay. But yeah, this is what I meant. The front half of Matos from this era would be metal. If we can focus, that'd be great. There you go. Yeah, this front half would be metal, and the back half would be plastic. So you get some really weird discoloration. So I'm glad New China kept this, the method Thailand did of making Mato all metal. I just feel like it's way more worth it that way. He does have some bright orange parts in him though. I do kind of like the way Old China did him with the toe cables and everything. I feel like the way Thailand and New China does Mato now with the toe cables, I think they're a little too orangish. I think they should, if they were like this color, I think that would have been really good. But again, the new one isn't horrible, just a personal preference, I guess. But he does have a really good expression. This Mato here, I think this is way more reflective to see where McQueen tells him to, like, not really back off, but saying like, hey, you know, I want to just go in a day on site by myself. I think this expression looks a little more in character for that. This just looks like he's like, okay, like he's a little indifferent, but yeah, the Airport Mato is one of my favorite diecast. I really, really like this guy's expression. And of course, I have Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen. You kind of see like how they look. I love Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen as well. He was actually my first diecast I ever reviewed on the channel, so I have a soft spot for this guy. And again, it's so crazy that he hasn't come back. We have seen the Easter versions come back of HPC McQueen, but we just haven't gotten a normal version. I'm like, you already have the mold. Just take off the bunny ears off of Easter Bunny McQueen, and you pretty much got a HPC McQueen release from Thailand. So hopefully they'll do him one of these days. Maybe 2027, but I mean, I doubt it. I really do. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this review. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire signing out.